Hello there. Welcome back to another live stream, and of course, instantly we're gonna get a storm here. So let's not start that way. Let's start nice and clean, and we're here with another stream. We're gonna do another build stream here on the ruins. Last time we did quite a lot of work right here at the front of the town. We made these little guard posts and a little gate in between and a bunch of these smaller ruins. I actually finished off these last little two ruins as well, so that the entire front of this build is now done. And I think we did some of these buildings down here as well. And today the goal is to finish off, at least finish this last little area here, so that we're basically done with this side of the town, that this is all completely rebuilt before we eventually also tackle the rest of the area over here and the train station, etc, etc. But for now, today the goal is going to be completing these ruins so that at least this part of town is completely done. And then yes, also just before the stream started, actually why I started later today is because we spotted the blue phoenix, and of course I had to go for that one. I mean, it's too cool not to try and get. Yeah, but today it's not going to be about survival. It's going to be all about designing some cool builds. So we're just gonna park him here, lovely little spot, and take a little look at what we done last time. Like this gate was really fun to work on. I think it turned out pretty nice as well. Love the layers on the front of this build. You know, you've got all the little levels into town, and then we really have the start of a nice like street here. You can clearly see on the right side, especially of course with all the buildings, bringing it to life. And then we have a little less life. You can't join. Well, I got kicked out as well. That's true, but I can join now. But yeah, welcome. But yeah, you should be able to join now. I don't know why it kicked us out. But yeah, we need to, I need to do these buildings over here. And before I'm going to say that this is going to be easy and it's going to not take that long. I thought last time I was going to do it all. And then we spent a long time here at the front of the town. So we're not going to be too cocky. We'll see how long it takes, but I think we should definitely be able to get this area done. So I'm just going to move this out of the way so that it's not, you know, right in front where we want to build. And then we got a couple of buildings here. There's only one of them, I think, with like the roof already in place. So that's the only one that really limits us what we can build there. It would be really cool if these three on a line we could kind of build into maybe one bigger building, or at least connected building. That would be kind of cool. This one also has a downstairs, but the shame about most of these is that the downstairs and the upstairs aren't really connected with each other. So it's basically a different building. And then especially if you... Why did you... Oh, something is getting attacked. Yeah. Well, that's totally not chaos at all. Oh god. It's gonna be flying wyverns everywhere now. Let's make sure we prevent all this chaos and park them again. Why are you flying? You're miles away from what happened. Okay, well, we got to do a little bit of maintenance on the dinos before we can start on the town. But yeah, at least we can see how cool the Phoenix is, I guess. Okay, now you stay here now. You don't need to do anything at all. And of course, all these phoenixes inside are also going crazy. Yep. Okay, well, we can finally do some building now. We want to finish this part of the town before we start that part. Just so that we have one complete street here. Yeah, I think this building is going to be the most complicated one since, like, well, not the most complicated. The building itself is going to be simple, but I kind of hate that the fact that they aren't really connected. And then this top part, there isn't even a normal way to get in these buildings. Like, there's no staircase up at all. So, yeah, it's just a little bit weird. But it's fine, you know. Most of these are, or probably all of these actually, is just going to be for show anyway. So, of course, I always start out by lining up the first foundation with the door. That's kind of my trick for most of these ruin rebuilds. Because you at least want to make sure that the door fits in where you're going to want it. Now, the rest of this I'm not even going to fill in. It's not even going to be possible. I think I'm going to do a separate foundation for this front part. Just because it probably won't line up otherwise. Yeah, that would wouldn't have quite lined up. So we're just gonna go for this. We're gonna fill in this courtyard. That means that we can at least use that. Yeah, I don't think this building is gonna have much on the inside, but hey, that's all right. Kind of. Okay, well. That's not really what I want, is it? I don't think we're gonna be able to place a proper door there, so I guess one of them is just gonna be open. Maybe I can place it on this piece. No, that's not gonna be... It's not really gonna be in the right spot. It's fine. One of them is open. This house is truly lost. Too much sand in there. So we'll just make sure that we do it with whatever we can decorate up here. We can do the same wall design we do for most of these, actually. Yeah, that should work. There we go. That's a nice little oh god, going too fast. Little entrance way to our little front garden here. And then we can do a little design here for this little private front yard that we've got going on. Probably want to go and do this to extend these pillars a little bit. Sticking with the theme that we've had for a couple of these front gardens that we've made so far. Because it's just a nice way to kind of restore the shape that is already there. The hints of what was before. And now we've got the rebuilt version. And I guess we could at some point even add like a bunch of plants around. If we want to, because I don't know what that would cause lag-wise. You know, don't want to be causing too much. Okay, well, ideally we would place down a foundation, but it's going to clip into this bottom layer. There's also not really a wall that I can use to extend any of this. Let's say I use this wall. That's kind of too low. That might be just too high. Okay, well. Yeah, let's not do that, I guess. So the best way would be to actually... Wait, maybe what we can do is we line it up with a foundation. And then we take out these foundations first. we place back the ceilings so that we don't have the giant overlapping thing on the bottom. And the only part that should be really overlapping is now back there. But yeah, there was no hope for this anyway. And what we can do, we'll just close off the room here. There we go. Fixed it. Totally fixed. Except that you can see it from here, but we can also fix that. There we go. Look at that. Completely rebuild. No one will ever know that we hid something down there. Okay, I guess the only problem is going to be trying to make this actually accessible in some way or form. Because you can't really have a staircase to that side. It's kind of not properly aligned as well. There we go. Well, we could have a pathway in between again if we wanted to. That could be the way. Could make for like a nice little hidden pathway here. Can't do it there. Guess we'll just add in a little bit of these as some support. Yeah, this works quite nice. Just an easy way. Can we extend this a little bit maybe? Probably. A little bit extra. Nope. Nope, that's sticking out too much. Okay, yeah, so then that's a little front porch, and then to actually get there, you go around the house, and you have a little staircase here. I kind of like that, actually, because that brings a little character to it. So we're going to have the door in here. That's actually going to just fit in there. That's good. Always good when that actually works out that way. I guess we're going to want to add a wall. Oh, that's actually a really good window location. And then we already have that part. So I guess... we'll have to see where exactly we're going to add in the walls. Now, if I raise this, it's going to be above this little ceiling. I think we had that issue multiple times, so we kind of have to build the new ceiling below the actual ceiling just to make it work. And then we can fill in this with quarter ceilings. Can we extend this a little bit? We probably can. Actually, we probably want to build the entire thing. Oh god, now everything's gone. Probably want to build the entire thing actually out of the quarter ceilings. For reasons we'll discover in a little bit. Yeah, probably want to just fill out all of this with these ceilings, because then we can do the same design that we've done on many of these buildings, which just really works for these smaller little buildings that we have all over town. Yeah, we're gonna want to enforce this. That's gonna have to be a normal wall. Normal wall there as well. It's a little bit built in, but that's fine. We can have a pillar there. Can't have a pillar there, but that's fine. There we go. And there we have the little characteristic design that we've seen in many of these builds. I just feel like it kind of fits with this style, and it's something a little bit different. And so far that's been just the best way I've found to add in some details to these weird ruins where you kind of have most of the structure already in place, which makes it a lot more difficult to actually, you know, do anything unique with the design. Okay, well, there we go. That should be all the beams in place. So quite simple, but it works. Do we want to have like something here? I think it's going to be too low, right? I guess it could work, but it's kind of annoying that it overlaps. So what if I do just these two maybe? There we go. Just like that. A little bit of extra shade in there, I guess. Is this sticking out? It is a little bit. Don't know if it's enough for this, but why not add it in? You know, make it a little bit more smooth to go in and out of that little part. I think that is the first building done. Quite a simple one, but I think it works because we already have the bigger build next to it. And then we have another small ruin. Hello there, Harrow. Welcome in, welcome in. This is a very small building, but at least it doesn't have a roof, which allows us a little bit more freedom when rebuilding. So again, every time we build a ruin, we kind of just want to line up the doorway so that it will be functional. Because even though we are not going to really use these buildings, in case you do want them, you know, you want to make sure you have the space in there to make it functional, to make it into a proper build. And you can if you do it like this, because now the door just fits right in. And we can just go in and out without any issues. So that's good. Yeah, we actually have a lot of freedom here, which is good. It's exciting. Let's see, because where would the actual snap point be? That would be a little behind that, I guess. Okay. Well, we can actually raise this up a little bit. I can't fill in that part of the wall. That's a shame. That works. Okay. And then I think we extend that with the quarter wall. So that extends out a little bit more than the original build, but that's fine. Can add in a pillar, and then it's pretty nicely supported on that side as well. Just have to see what this is gonna do with the build. I think actually we also probably want to start with these, just because we have them on that side as well. So they kind of clip into the side of that walkway, but I think we're still pretty much just good to go. Yeah, those kind of just overlap into each other. That's acceptable. And then here we will have this pillar going all the way down again, finishing that shape. And then we can probably want to do the same thing again. So we want to start with the quarter walls, just so that everything lines up quite nicely on the front as well. So yeah, that is a basic building. This is one of the more exciting buildings since it has an open roof. It basically means that whatever we want, we can add onto the build from the top. Okay, I think we're gonna add in that. Oh, there's a purple thing going there. Gonna be attacked. And it's gonna settle all the wyverns again. Oh god. Don't attack anything near the wyverns. They get angry. Okay, can you please sit down, please? Thank you. Okay. We got a nice basic shape in there now. And if we would want, we could add in a nice little like overhanging roof here to create maybe some kind of like market stall or whatever that would be right over here. There we go. Okay, nothing can be underneath that. But yeah, that adds a little bit of change to this street view because we have a couple of these front gardens and then now we actually have one where we have a little of this overlap going on. And once we start doing the decorations, we can probably make like a little market stall from this or stable. Well, we have a couple of stables already. So maybe market stall, since it's right on the main street, probably makes more sense. I guess that would be nice. Okay, well that works out. Got a nice little shape going on here. Could potentially add the same over here with... Oh, I guess that's a different snap point, so we can't extend that too much. Well, we could, but things would get a little bit weird again. I guess we can just add in these everywhere. It does help breaking up the shapes a lot, having these little overlaps on the side of the buildings. There we go. So this means you have some little shade when you go into your home, and it adds a nice little line at the side of the building, which, you know, buildings quickly become very square as well. So okay, well, we wanna change this wall up actually, because I think from experience we want to have this one in the middle just to change or balance things out. And that fits a little bit better as well. Probably gonna... Well, there is no water sources. So what we've done to kind of live here is we've got a couple of water tanks out and about that are just collecting the rain whenever it rains. And so far that has worked for us. Yeah, you probably want to set those up quite early when you start living here so that you can have enough water by the time that you're actually living here. Because, of course, it doesn't rain that often. Okay, maybe we take a little bit of our own advice and we change this to be in the middle as well. You know, just to line it out a little bit nicer. Probably should do the same here on the front, actually. Just because, yeah, it just makes for a nicer design, I think. We could actually do this to add in some extra detail. Well, let's be consistent. Let's also do it here. I guess didn't have to remove... Wait, this wall. There we go. For crops, well, the only crops I'm growing is basically protection, and they seem to be doing fine. Especially since, I mean, these water tanks are quite big. They have a lot of water in them, and they are completely filled up. Jeez, we're just always being attacked here. Can you please land? Of course you're gonna land right into my build. We need even more crops. Why aren't the crops protecting me? Yeah, the town is turning out great. It's kind of funny because for us, the whole town is basically cosmetic because we're not really... Well, we're using the big building, but most of our stuff is inside the cave, actually. Just because of the advantage of not having to worry about weather events and stuff. Okay, so I guess to keep this all consistent, we would kind of use these in the middle like this, and then normal ceilings in these corners to fill it out. And I guess we have to just do these ones there, just to make it all fit inside. There we go. So that is the build so far. I don't really think that we can add in a lot of windows, but I guess there are already a couple of windows in there naturally. So now we get to design another layer. I think we might want to have... I don't know. We might want to have a roof on this as well, right? First, I'm just going to border this off. That was the first layer. And now we'll do whatever we can do on this one. Do we want to make it higher? I guess it would balance it out a little bit if this one would be a little bit bigger. So maybe... Oh, wait. I know what we do. We add in a couple of those windows that are... this is actually difficult because there is no 2 middle. Like there's another 2x2 middle. It's actually a proper center, which means that we can't really do the fancy window design that we have done right over there, because then it would stick out from the side. Unless we don't care about that, maybe that is what we should do. Because we can make it without the sticking out. It would just be a slightly different variation of the window. But I think especially here on the front, it would be nice having this window design. Let in a bunch of light and actually enjoy the view up here. Should we have a balcony? We could. That could actually maybe solve the problem. Could it? Yes, it could, I think. So if we have a balcony right there, this would be the wall. There we go. And then, of course, the middle would be these. Do I have the skin? Yes, I do. Because you might want to turn this into some wood. Just for a different look. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. And then probably we'll add in some supports as well. And then we can change those supports to wood as well. Just to have a little bit of that color coming into the build. You know, we have a lot of the adobe, a lot of the sandstone-y look. So I think it's going to be good to have a little bit of color added to the build. And then here we're going to add in our little special window design, because that always looks nice. And then I guess we kind of want to not have one over there. Well, I guess actually we have to extend this a little. Well, oh, nope, definitely not there. What I think we'll do is we'll actually start building the roof over there. Yeah. Do we want to extend it to the outside? We do. What do I do over here? Yeah, just extend it by one, right? Yeah. Okay. So for these, I guess, yeah, the main problem is that we have the weird off-center thing. It's gonna make the roof complicated as well, isn't it? Yeah. So maybe we do something different. We don't go for the traditional house roof, but we go for a more deserty vibe instead. I guess we do it like this. Yeah, that could definitely work. So I guess here we just do this. Do we want a window here? Probably, because we can see the other town maybe. And then probably these walls we're gonna keep quite normal. Well, I guess maybe we could add a window there as well. Do we want another window? Yeah, why not? Let's do it there. And then we can have the normal wall over here. There we go. We fill in the middle, like so. There we go. Is that the design we're going for? I think it's this, right? Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, so we want to fill this in as well, actually. And then yeah, we'll have to have some pillar extensions up there. There we go. Like that. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. It's a little bit of a different design, which is probably nice. Adding some variation into the town. There we go. Perfect. So all we needed is do the same thing over... Oh, no. Nope. Do the same thing over here. And then I think we got a pretty decent design. Now, if we want to, we could add in another way to get up here, but that probably would have to be a ladder. Maybe over there. No, oh God, don't do that. So yeah, this would mean we can fill in this. And we would have the ladder right there, if that looks any good. It overlaps a little bit, but I guess it works. Does it work? Doesn't really. I guess the bottom layer doesn't really work here. So it's a jumping ladder. Jumping to get up. And then, of course, we want to make sure it's all safe here as well. There we go. Wait, why did you just... That's never happened. Why did you disappear? There we go. Gonna need you around. I don't know. Depends on what color. I've leveled most of them. Blue one, yeah. I've leveled, I think I've leveled all of them actually. So it depends on what color you want. Yeah, I think that's a decent design. And then we can actually add in some windows in these, of course. There we go. Couple of windows. And then we'll actually also make our balcony safe as well. There we go. A little bit of a different design, but I think it fits in nicely. A bit more of a fortified look. That's quite nice. And we could actually, to spice up these windows a little bit, we could make them into like proper small glass windows. Because, I mean, they look quite nice. There we go. I think that works. It adds a little bit of height into the street again, which is nice as well, because we didn't really have that except for the gates. So yeah, that is a good look, I think. And then we have a bunch of smaller ruins next to each other. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge to actually try and line these up, I think. And of course, they all have their weird places for a door. This is a door, I suppose. And then this one doesn't really have a door, but I guess it would be here. And then this one also doesn't. Like, some of these runes make no sense. Like, there's like no logic to them. And then this, that's weird as well. I think the door is actually down here. Like, these are not really well thought about. So we'll have to fix it all. So I think it would be great if we could some way combine these buildings. But we'll see. Because ARK doesn't always wanna play nice. Okay. So yeah, if I do this, that's definitely too high, but I could add this. And then it's at least we're still on the same level. Is this really extending too much to the outside though? That is the question. This definitely fits very nicely. And on the outside, it's not too bad. It just adds an extra little edge, but I don't mind that too much. And this means that the building is pretty much on the same grid. Like, this one is a little bit higher, of course, starting out. But it is still on the same grid as these two. Which I think is an exciting thing. I think we actually might have made this too high to work as a doorway. Is that a problem? I don't know if it's a problem. We'll just make a door there. And we'll make the other one a window. There we go. That's a door. This is now a window. Of course this is a window, you know. There we go. What did you do? Oh, there's another storm coming. Oh, his imitation. That's exciting. Wait, did you cryo Smaug? Because he might have dropped stuff. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Oh, in food. Okay, so yeah, we got the two doors. Okay, you put, okay, good. Because I never know if there's actually valuable stuff in there or just my crap. Okay, we got this weird difference in height, but that's we can work with that, right? Okay, we can. I think this would be a nice place for the window, right? Why not? Do we do it like this? Or probably more likely way is we do it like that, right? Okay, so this is the first part of the building, but we kind of want to make sure that all these layers end in the same height so that it basically turns into one building eventually. We just want to see if we don't have to build walls here everywhere. That would be kind of nice. I guess we could also have it that you can still see a little bit of the other rooms. We'll see. We'll see what we can make work. Of course, if I add in this, it's going to be basically on the outside, isn't it? But it could help us like being supports for the next layer of the build. You know? Because we could, of course, fill these in. And then connect this up. That would be the way. Nope. Yes. Okay, that kind of sticks out a lot. We'll see if we can line that up. Hello there, Ellie. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a challenge to make this all work as one build, but if we can do it, it will be very nice. Okay, so I think, yeah, if we add the doorway, it's just a nice way to basically just add another support beam there. And we can keep more of the original structure. So it's just like a big window over here, I guess. You could even add in some extra supports like this, without like fully turning it into like a building. Okay, well that's good. See, like, it's the rebuild project makes it's gonna make sense. This one is gonna be a little bit difficult because it kind of turns to the outside of the rune, so I think we have little choice but to actually do this, and then maybe here we can do it like that again, because then this doesn't matter too much. There we go. We can connect this up like normal, and then the only thing is right here. There we go. That actually really helps already. Yeah, I think we probably want to have this as well to make... Oh my... Why is no plant attacking this scorpion that comes in every single time? Oh my god, please. Calm down. Oh god, at least I'm gonna have a lot of cooked meat after this, I guess. Right, that's what you're doing, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move Mule out of this spot because he just seems to keep getting all the attention from everywhere. So we're gonna move him further up the street where it should be safe for him. And it should prevent the phoenix flying into my screen every time. Okay, so we got one side of the building done, which is kind of interesting because now from this side it looks like it's one building. The inside, definitely no way to make it into one building because I don't think... Yeah, there's no way to fit through. So this is definitely going to still be somewhat separate buildings. Can you fit through here? Yeah, this can actually be the same building. It's just a little zigzag getting in and out of some of the rooms. Do we want to fill this in? Of course I can't fill that one in. Okay, yeah, the top floor is definitely going to be the connection, but it would be nice, of course, to have some connection on the bottom floor. I thought I was going to add in another door here, but I think because I can only... Wait, actually, maybe I can just add in a normal ceiling. Yeah, we can still get out of there. That is good, because now... That will really add a lot to the shape of the building if we can add that in. Because now it goes this way. Get in that as well. Yeah, that definitely does help a lot. Yeah, the ASA is definitely still very intense if you're playing on PC. It's... Yeah, you need a strong one. I actually upgraded my PC just to play ARK Ascended because I couldn't really play it before. I'm happy I did though, because I mean I'm having a lot of fun on here. Okay, let's see. We can add in a door here to make it clear where our little entrances are going to be. So we have one entrance here, we've got another one in the middle, and we've got another one on this floor. This is the only floor that is kind of like separated, but that's fine because we can still integrate it into the build by the next floor, of course. Where are we going to do the staircase though? It would be so nice to have like half a staircase, because that would fit in there perfectly, but now I've got to do... Gotta have a full staircase here. Okay, so I got to go for this one, I guess. But that also means that I probably want to change this wall out, because otherwise it's kind of weird. Oh god. Is this gonna work? Oh, this might actually line up perfectly. Yeah. Okay, well that's very exciting. But we still have work to do over here, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna be it. That is the connection. I guess once again we need to do this side of the whole wall. Is this going too far to the inside? No, I guess it lines up with the door that we decided to place here. There we go. So yeah, it's a very long house, but I think it will be cool to build this into one thing. Why are you on passive? I'm gonna build so many species X all over the place because it's getting very, very annoying. Very annoying. Indeed. You know, wait. Well, what I'll actually do is I'll fly this one to a safer spot, because that's the only one there that will be attacked. And we'll just put him on one of these buildings so that he's also safe. Okay. No more troubles. No more troubles now. Continuing our long house. So I guess we need a second staircase somewhere in here as well, because otherwise we can't get up on this side. Oh, wait a moment. It's gonna be challenging on here because it's like 1.5 or 1.25. Okay, so for the floor, this would be... Let's see if this lines up. It actually does. Okay, where would the stairs make the most amount of sense? Because I think I might just have to build them instantly here. Because I think what I'm going to have to do is this. You know, because it's going to have to overlap into the floor. So, yeah, I guess it does. It works. You just have the stairs coming out together on the same spot. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna decorate the house, but if you would probably keep one area for storage. Especially if you have like a pull-it mod, it could be really convenient. I guess we can't really fill in this. Oh, we can. If we would want to, but then you block off the little... Yeah, we can leave it open, right? It's an open plan space. There we go, we can fill that one in. So, yeah, you have this space looking kind of funky from the inside. I mean, we could close this off if we wanted to. We could do this, which you would lose some space. So what maybe I would do is have like the hidden doorway here, so that it is a closed wall, but you can still access it for storage or something if you wanted to. And then we can just do this. Yeah, generator would be a good spot there. Just like hidden away. Okay. There we go. I think we're probably just gonna add in some normal walls there. Okay. Probably want to build it up that way actually, from like the foundations. I think if we do a double door here, we can kind of have like a big open broken window. And then this is just going to be a layer of the quarter walls, of course, because we just need to have something to fill it in. Okay, let's see if we like that from in here, because you still have this window, which is accessible. It is... There we go. That maybe helps a little bit, making it look a little bit more natural. And then where did we have the other one? We have it right over here. I guess we probably want to just do that. I don't think we can make it go lower. So yeah, we still have this window, which is nice because you can actually see the main building. No worries. I always appreciate some input. It is always welcome. Okay, so yeah, that is all functional. And I guess it could be quite nice to maybe do like a little extension there. You know, for like the shade or something. I guess we could add a little bit of extra detail to it by doing these. There we go. It doesn't really line up very nicely, does it? guess the real best place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, the middle would be here. So I guess that would make more sense then. Making it look a little bit nicer. And then all we have is this wall up here. That is already too much, but I think this is gonna be not enough to actually fill in these walls. So I guess we, well, yeah, I still think we do this because there's not gonna be a best way to fill this in without losing a little bit from the windows. So maybe we do this and then we do it like this. Yeah, then it's not too bad, right? And it instantly gives us a little bit of extra detail right here on the front. A little bit of shading for our windows. Sometimes it's just like awkward because you want to keep in the windows. But the ruined structures sizes aren't the same as the actual structures that we have to build with in ARK, so not everything always lines up the way you would like. Okay, so that down there is also filled in. So I guess now we pretty much have this whole thing connected and built up, and we actually managed to turn it into one big building, which was the challenge. Yeah, you definitely have to think outside of the box, and I think the most important aspect for me is to try and make it look good from the outside, since we're just two of us using this base inside the cave, so we don't really need to be able to use the buildings. Of course, with building them, I still want to make sure that you could use them. Like, if we wanted to, we just have a bunch of buildings here that we can use, and everything is accessible and everything works. Like, it would be a great place for like a generator or something like that. Yeah, really nice little spot. Okay, there we go. We do it like that, and then this goes in like this. There we go. A nice narrow building. Oh, it's a heat wave, so I can't skip that. Especially since we know there's like 2 phoenixes out there. For some reason, there seems to be more than 1 phoenix at a time. I thought there could only be 1, but turns out there's more. I mean, yeah, it's always easier if you kind of know what the house is going to be like what it's going to function as. Okay, for the next layer. Oh, geez, we're glitching into the cart. Please let me out. Please. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think for the next layer we actually maybe try one of those. No, you can't glitch it in. Yeah, well, we have like we just before the stream we caught this one, which is really nice. And we already have a purple one and we have a red one, we have the golden one, we have the purple one. We're basically catching them like shinies. Oh my jeez. Barry is now tiny. She turned very tiny. Okay, but yeah, what I was saying is I think we can do the little design here. Same, I never seen a phoenix until this game. I think I'm gonna try and do the next layer with the textures the other way around, just to get some variation in. See if we like that. I think it actually looks quite nice. A little bit more texture on it. So that could be nice. We got like a nice window looking out over the town. That's probably a good thing. And then I could turn this into a proper nice little window like so. And then probably we just close off this layer like this, I guess. We could have used a lot less of these if we line them up correctly. Saves a little bit of extra pillars. Yeah, I upgraded to the 1490 for this game as well, just so that I could play it and not have to worry about settings for a bit. I was very happy that was the only piece that I needed to upgrade to be able to play it, because for a moment I was worried that I might need more, because my PC is getting a little bit older. So, you know, it's always worrying if you have to upgrade everything, but I think I was fine with just the card for now. Yeah, this game is definitely worth upgrading for, because it looks so nice if you are able to. But unfortunately, that does mean you have to have like the beefiest of PCs, which is not cheap. All right, let's see. We can make this into more of a like traditional house shape, because we don't have many of those. We're gonna have to do a little bit of overlapping though to make the roof actually pointy, but that's fine. Oh yeah, that does add a little bit of extra power onto the card. Okay, let's see. I actually don't think we need the second layer of these. There we go. Because we can just snap them like this. Saves some materials. No, I don't have a 4K. I think I've got, yeah, 1440p instead. So I'm in the middle. But I think that's plenty. Okay, there we go. A little bit of the nice shape to this side of the roof. Okay, well, we definitely will have to think about, you know, dividing this up in parts and making it more interesting than it is, because otherwise it's going to be a very long wall and a very long roof with nothing going on. So, yeah, that is definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, let's see what we want to add and where. Maybe we can have a little balcony over here. We can even have the supports go down like so, because that adds in even more detail. And we'll probably add in the door over there. There we go. So yeah, that adds already a little that's a little bit of detail to this side. We're gonna want to do a couple of those things, you know. Yeah, I feel like adding a lot of those little balconies or overhangs for shade feels like it makes a lot of sense. And if it's this hot, you're gonna want to have lots of shade potential, I think. Okay, what I think I'll do is I'll actually add in a layer of quarter walls here, because I think that will allow me to snap these to like a nice height. Ooh, kind of would be nice to extend them. Kind of encroaching on this one, but I think we're just about all right. Just about fine. Because yeah, it adds a nice little like overhang over this whole little street that we've got going on here. And this is still fine, I think. There we go. And it adds a lot of shape to the side of the building, which is good. Okay. Is that... I think that's probably it for like side things that we're gonna add. We could add one of those windows right there if we wanted to. And we could even add a second one. I think that could be nice. There we go. Yeah, it's a tricky one, but it's also because I could have just made like 3 simple small ones, but instead I'm trying to make it into a bigger one, which I think is probably more realistic, because let's be honest, if you're going to use this as a base, you probably prefer turning them into slightly bigger ones instead of keeping like very small, tiny homes, because you can't really do much with those. This could actually be quite a useful building. Hello there. The one and only. Okay, well, let's see if we do these. That should give us some nice windows again. Yeah, I think that adds nice detail. I think I'm happy with this side. So for this, okay, well, this is going to be easy. That's just going to be that. Then we're going to have this in the middle. So I think we might just do a normal wall there as well. If I do a normal wall here, it's going to be very boring, isn't it? Okay. Well, I think it would make sense for me to have like this as a partition of the build. Because yeah, this was like a little ruin. This was one of the ruins, basically. And these two we've combined more into one. So maybe to extend that, oh, this lines up perfectly if we do this. Yes. Look at this. This is totally coincidence, but it does perfectly line up in such a way that we can just add in... Oh god, what did I do? I added in a pillar somewhere. And I will never find it again. Oh no. Well, I think I placed 2 pillars and I don't know where the second one went. It's lost forever. It's in there somewhere. It's part of the building. Part of its history forever. And you know, sometimes what I like to do is for these windows, add in just a beam over top of it. Because, you know, it feels like it's just a little bit of extra detail for those windows specifically. And since it is a door, you can snap it to it. And it kind of helps adding in a little detail. Okay, well this is actually a good coincidence that this all lined up. I'm not quite sure what to do. Oh no, maybe I do know. Wait, we'll just actually just fill these in like so. And then of course we're gonna have these in between. But what we'll do is we'll grab this skin and we'll make it into some nice glass windows. We'll have some nice big windows there. Why not? Why not? Probably boiling hot if you're behind these windows, but it's an easy way to solve a problem of having a flat wall. And then we could even do this to add in the extra little bit of detail again. Yeah, I like that. I think that is this side of the building pretty nicely done. I would not mind adding in a little bit extra. I wish we had like the half slope things as well. Oh yeah, yeah. They really should work on hair working with skins. Feels weird that they still have not been able to manage that. Okay. We have a little side bit, and I kind of like that it sticks out. I would love if I could just have like a half slope, so that I could do it without clipping into the side. Because if I do it. In this case, I guess I could probably get away with it. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad because we're not really using that space. It's kind of a dead corner. From the outside, this is really nice. Yeah, I mean, that would be very surprising if it really worked like that. We actually could do that as well if we wanted to add in some extra detail, but I think it might be... It looks a little bit too heavy, a thick beam like that. Okay, well, it does add a little bit of extra shape, and it's on a different layer than the other one. So that is probably fine. I'm not going to remove the plants because I kind of like to have a little bit of greenery around the town that I didn't have to place myself. So I think, yeah, that is definitely good for this side. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is have like a little balcony. Oh god. For some reason that was snapped to each other. Okay, so this is where the door is gonna be. There we go. And then this we can just add in another window again. And then here we can have the same window again because that should just line up like this. Yeah, that is quite nicely lined up. Because that just gives us a lot of natural light inside, which is always a good thing, I think. And I guess this also breaks up having the very flat walls. Because we add in a little bit of detail by having these. Okay, I guess this one is a little bit different because we have a door. But, I mean, that's also fine. Do we add in supports? Like this. I mean, I guess we could. This one is the real question. I think it's fine because they don't line up. And that means that this street is also nicely shaded. Which is always a big plus, in my opinion. There we go. Let's change these to the wood. Just because then we have the color difference as well a little bit, you know, making those a little bit darker wood. We could actually do that with some of these as well. If we want to add in a little bit of color differentiation between those, that might actually be a good call. Because we have a bunch of these hanging over stuff. So maybe we just change a couple of them to be slightly darker tint. So that they just look different. Yeah, now they stand out a little bit more. Instead of all of them being the exact same. Oh, we should definitely do this one as well. Because we have literally two right next to each other here. This is that I didn't do that earlier is surprising. Should have thought of that. But I think that yeah, that works. Because now they don't look just the same with like a gap in between. They actually look like different materials. Break the color palette as well, because of course we have a very Adobe heavy build, because the ruins are kind of the same color as well. So this just helps with that, I think. We do not have two balconies on the same side, but that's fine. That is fine. Because, yeah, we also have two overhangs on that side. It's all alright. Who doesn't love a good balcony? Yeah, just almost finished the whole town and then we did it. But it's still on time. You know, it doesn't matter. Can always improve. Okay, we'll add this so that we can snap the roof to that. But for the roof, we're definitely also gonna have to work in a little bit of shapes, because if we just fill in this whole roof, it's going to be quite boring. The only downside to it is, of course, that we have like a 1.5 roof, which complicates things a little bit. But hopefully we can make it work. Hello there, on your 6. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I think what we do is we just fill this with my little snap point, and probably we're just gonna have to do the same thing on this side as well, because we're definitely gonna want to break up snap points or the roof in between. All right, yeah, that should help me get the right snap points. And then usually what I do is do these so that well I don't actually know if I need to overlap. So, okay, first off, let's see if the roof just aligns. No, there's already always an overlap somewhere. Okay, that's good to know. But now we think of what kind of shape we want to add. So, for example, if I have this, and I want to take out the other roof piece. Yeah, this is too much. It overlaps with each other. Although that is kind of an interesting shape, to be honest. We can't really fill that in, so I guess if we wanted one over here, it would... Nope. It would look like... There we go. Yeah, this is not aligned. See, it's kind of like weirdly not in the middle of those, so I guess we can't really have that. So I think what is probably for the best is to fill in this part normally, because it's just going to be weird if it's not like aligned with the structure that we have. So yeah, this is just going to be the normal part of the roof, and we can add some funky things in here, I think. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely coming together now. It's almost, well, we almost have this entire part done. definitely becoming a town in that sense. I'm not sure if I instantly will start rebuilding that, or I might wait a little bit, you know, because it's more of the same mostly. Because the structures are all similarly sized, smaller sized, and there's a couple of different build projects that I would like to try. Okay, let's see. If I line this up, it also lines up like slightly weird. So I think this is where we're gonna have this slight overlap to kind of get a different alignment, because now if I do add in this shape, it should give me a better alignment. Nope. Nope, not at all. Because we kind of wouldn't want to have it like half a thing further. It's still not what we want. God damn it. Okay, let's see. So what do I want as an alignment? So wait, does this just never align the way I want to? I think that might be the case. No, this aligns the way I want to. This is right above the window, so that feels like it makes sense, right? Like that does make sense. And then we have the overlap over there. That's fine. That feels like that would be the way you would want roof. Now the problem is that this is not aligning. Oh yeah, this is the problem with doing these weird shaped roofs, but I think with a little bit of overlapping magic, we'll still get there. Yes. So this roof is a lot of overlapping, as you can see, which isn't nice for the textures, because you see where the overlapping happens, which is it's not ideal. So we might change the roof, because it's mostly this roof type that it shows. Because I think if I use the frontier skin, you would see where the overlapping is. So we might do that. You know, change the materials. Oh, bat proof. Yeah, man. That would be scary if they would just start spawning. I guess, like, ideally we would of course have this in here, but obviously that's kind of weird that there's no window, and unfortunately the only way to have windows in these is with this structure. But yeah, that does look nice if we add that in. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying, if I change the roof to these textures, you won't be able to notice the overlapping anymore. So even though we're not building the western town, I think for this building, I'm just going to change it to this material. Just so that it is not showing me the weird patterns of my obsessive overlapping behavior. And I think it's fine to have different roof materials. That's totally fine. Because otherwise, yeah, the weird pattern is going to distract from anything we build. So yeah, that's the only addition we can make, I guess, without being like weirdly not lined up. Now, we somehow have to do the same thing on this side. Nope. Okay. I think that is the weird overlap that we need. right? I don't know. No, probably we need this. I'm just trying to recreate. Yes, we're getting the right shape in here. There we go. And then this has some weird overlapping again, but we don't care about that. There we go. Let's bring out the skin again as well, because we definitely want to not see all those weird overlaps everywhere. Don't want to be exposed of my nasty overlapping. But I guess, hey, if you have it available, you better use it. There we go. Yeah, that adds in just a little bit of shape to the roof. I would have liked more, but yeah, I think I want to have it aligned in a way that makes sense. Instead of, you know, just having them at random places and not aligning with whatever patterns I did. And unfortunately, well, fortunately, I did a lot of detailing on the walls, but that also means that it is harder to add in those things because, yeah, they don't always line up the way you want to. Okay. I think it's fine. Maybe we actually change this into quarter walls so that we can have, just to make a difference between that balcony and this balcony, I'm gonna have, oh, this is of course I'm gonna have a little overlap in there, but that's fine. Because now we can do this, and now the balconies are a little bit different from each other. You know, even more shape to the build. I think that definitely helps. And we could even try adding in a little layer. No, I don't think I want to. I think that's going to be too much. I think this is actually a pretty decent building already. I might do a little thing here. I think we used that last time as well, this little design. Okay, what I'm gonna need is some gaps in here. I'm gonna hide a thin pillar where we won't be able to see it, but we will be able to snap from it. Yes, and we're gonna need that one. There we go. So we want to make sure that it goes up very steep. Like that. And that actually makes for a pretty nice design of those little window covers, I guess. But it just allows us to add a little bit more detail to the front of this build. You know, have a little detail over there. I think that works really well. I kind of like the way our little street is coming together now. Two bigger buildings there really makes it help feel like a proper town. Instead of just having the small buildings everywhere. And we are very nearly done. Oh, there's one here. I think we're going to keep this small, but just because there's like two big buildings. Same for this actually. I think those are both going to be smaller buildings just to balance it all out a little bit. Because also realistically, we don't want to cover up too much of these windows. So by keeping that low, that's going to be well nice. And by this low, you can also see these bigger buildings behind them as well. Yeah, I think that's going to make the most sense. So let's do the first check. This is going to be the door. And then to get there, you walk this alleyway. Yeah, okay, that works out. That checks out. I like the idea of that. So I guess we'll do this first because it's actually the one that's mostly inside. So like usual, when I start with a ruin, I always line out the doorway and then I lower it all the way. And also try to guess the best way to align it with the rest of the structure. I think that was pretty nice. And then we can start the whole rebuilding process again. We'll add a bunch of these quarter things as well. See, does it stick out? Yeah, that sticks out too much. Okay. Well, at least the door worked. I guess we can just leave it normal. So yeah, I think we want to keep this building pretty simple just because we want to be able to see as much of the other building as possible, I think. So that is 2.5. Oh, it's always so annoying when the building is just slightly more than the normal structure shape. I guess this is going to be 2, so that's more. It's way more convenient to work with. We are going to, however, raise it slightly, but that should be fine. Okay. Maybe if I add that there, yeah, that actually makes the window shape a little bit more intact the way it would have been. There we go. We do this. We add the quarter walls in the middle. And of course, a layer along the top here as well. And then we fill in the rest of the shape. There we go. I'd say that is pretty neatly tucked in and restoring the shape of the current ruin. And I think we're just gonna do a very simple little roof on top of it. I think I'm going to go for a roof like this, and it shouldn't be too difficult to make work. We'll add in a little window shape. Is that convenient? Probably not, actually. No, wait a minute. No, I can't do that because I need to snap. Still need to snap in the other 2 pieces, and that's gonna interfere with the window anyway. There we go. So we have a little house shape. There we go. We can fill in these. Yeah, it's not going to be anything too crazy. It's just going to be a very simple one. But I think that is the beauty of these towns. You have some simple buildings mixed in with the eye-catching pieces, you know? Because if you have everything being like very crazy detailed, you're not going to know where to look anyway. So yeah, there's not a lot of room in these to do anything crazy anyway, so I think that is fine. We'll just have a stripe in the middle. We can live with that. Okay, there we go. We want to have these again for the extra snap points that we'll use. And we'll have the little line in the middle again. There we go. And these as well. Yeah, it's just a very, very basic rebuild here. It would be so nice if we could have added a window here. Maybe we can actually do it. Well, I kind of destroyed my building, but can I still... I guess I can't snap them to the right spot in this case. The window does work, however, so I kind of want to make that work. I guess what I could do... is I could do this. And It's a very complicated shape that I'm creating now. But I can make it work. Yeah, it's just a very complicated storage shelf up there. But at least now we have a little window out here, which I think was totally worth changing that up, because it does add just a little extra bit, right? Just a little bit of extra detail. Oh, guess I just want to open it to the outside. Yes. There we go. You know, it's not much, but it just adds in just a little extra detail. There we go. We'll add in these lines. There we go. That looks quite nice. It's a simple one, but I do like it. Especially now with a little extra window. That changed it from just being like really, really basic to a little bit more special. Okay. What else should we add? I guess we could have like another little like stable area here almost. If we would want to. We do already have a bunch of overhangs here though, so maybe it's, yeah, I don't think it's gonna fit in because it's just one right next to it. Would have to be on this side, but yeah, no, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. I think that's just gonna be it. You know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna make sure that we add in more streetlights, because we have streetlights up to there, so we would want to have streetlight maybe over there. I feel like these are also very close together because I tried to line them up, but it's not necessarily the position that makes the most sense. So, God, be careful flying around the cart. Let's see. There we go. Street lights. You know, just adds that extra little detail to the street, and I think we can actually turn them on as well. Not sure how much lag that's gonna cause, but it will be fine. Can I turn these on? No power. I thought I had this powered. Probably ran out. Yeah, no fuel. It's fine. It's just lights anyway. They're just standing around already. Adds a lot. Oh, look at this. Coming into the town. Let's fully go for it. Fully commit to the bid. We're arriving at this lovely outpost here. It really looks alive. It really does look like a proper town. I think this is the first town I've built in ARK as well. Because this really feels like a main street. Of course, I'm working on my western town, but that's nowhere near complete. And this really feels very alive. Also because, of course, the ruined structures, the desert mingling with some of the plants really adds a lot already from itself. As a location, it's just a very cool place. But yeah, I think we're definitely getting somewhere here. This is definitely starting to look like a proper... I mean, just look at this from up here. Like this is already like so much. There's a lot of little buildings, but all of them combined and together, it's definitely already starting to become a pretty big, sizable base. And we just have one more, and then, well, we have a whole lot more over there, but we won't think about that just yet. For this part, we only need one more, and then we're done. And it's going to be a small one because we want to make sure that we can actually see everything else that's going on. And we won't be able to if we build like a big building, we won't see the building behind it, so it's not going to be anything too crazy. But again, as I said, I kind of like that. In a town you need to balance things out, you know. You can't have like crazy building one next to the other, because they're all gonna kind of take the attention away from each other. So we always start out with lining them up, and then we can just see what we can fill in until we go to our quarter ceilings. Let's see, that does stick out slightly too much. I need a I need the half of the quarter ceiling. That would be my wish, but no, I've got bigger wishes than that. Okay, there we go. We got the door. Very easy. There we go. Okay, I don't think I can fill these in. There we go. I mean, that's a nice wall. Yeah, I need the 1/8 wall. I think there's definitely other things that are higher up my wish list of items to get than a 1/8 wall. But I mean, to be honest, I'd take any addition to the building structures that I can get. And no, it's too blocked. It's too blocked. Doesn't make too much sense to have it. Okay, so this would be 1-layer building. Are we going to keep it that low? Yeah, maybe we just do something like this, honestly. Because I kind of want to think of the sideline from here. Yeah, if I go any higher, it's basically going to be blocking the sideline. And especially since we kind of have to think about that with the second part of the town being slightly over there, I think we are just going to keep it very simple here. But sometimes that is all you need. Especially when building an entire town. Because it might not have looked like a very big ruin, all things together, but it does add up. All these little structures. It's quite a big base if you count them all up. Okay, well. So wait. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're not gonna allow me to do that? Please do. Okay, well that's gonna hopefully help me. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not allowed because there's already the edge there. Let's see. Yeah, we can't do it. And guess we'll use that pillar as well. There we go. Yeah, I have no building mods on this world at all. Or well, yeah, no building mods. The only one that I might add again, if I do like a modern build again, I might do the clear glass wall mod that I had on the island as well. To change the greenhouse glass to clear glass walls, which is good for modern builds. But for the center, I think I'm going to add in building mods. So that we have, because the center is not going to add, well, they will add one new dino, but that's it. For me, the center, the map will be new, but I think for building it would be nice to have like a full playthrough with the mods, because we do have them on my community server, but I played a little bit. Well, I played more when the island was going on for that long, but now because it's all a fresh playthrough, I don't have the time to do like big builds on both, balance everything out, and still beat the story and everything, you know. But I think with this last edition, we kind of made this whole town come together, and it is actually a town. I can't completely say it's complete, of course, because well, there's still a part missing, but it's definitely getting there. Yeah, exactly. I still am on the community server quite a lot, almost every day, just to check out what people have been up to. But that takes less time than, you know, just also building a lot there. Yeah, you only have so much time, especially since, you know, I just have a full-time job next to this as well. This is not like... it's not the only thing I do in a day. There we go. You're dead. You're dead. Right. Yeah, this town is definitely coming together. There we go. Let's look at it. Yeah, this is a proper town. This is a proper town now. I'm really liking this. Like, the ruins themselves aren't necessarily the biggest, but together, combining all these buildings, especially this street, really looks really cool. Kind of just wish there were more people using the build. Oh god. But it's just the two of us, just me and my friend. How fun would it be if you had like... Oh my god, my dragon is going crazy again. How fun would it be if you actually would live here with like a big trap, like all your friends living in this town. Everyone has their own home. Would be really fun. But yeah, that is a big addition to the ruins. Actually, I would say it's pretty much complete now, of course. We then have... Oh god. Okay, we then have the second part of the ruins, of course. We have the second part of the ruin, but as I said, I don't know if I will instantly jump into rebuilding all of these as well, because, well, for the most part, they are very similar, of course. I did place down foundations to try and limit the spawns, but obviously now they just keep coming in from the desert. There are some that are slightly more interesting, again, because they have the potential to be connected. It's like this larger square. I would like to make like a big stable for the facade sutures somewhere here, because I've been getting some better ones, some higher level ones, and taming or breeding them up. This is actually my first combination of the colors, and I really like it because it has the lovely little blue accent in it, and being darker blue for the rest of it. So yeah, I would love to make a stable for these guys as well. And I think this spot being a little bit bigger could allow for a build, so it wouldn't really be a rebuild necessarily. It would be a little addition. But yeah, I think that would be really, really nice. And then we have the tower. That's the only like different thing. Yeah, I love the fact that we now get started with the community build, the western town as well. Because obviously I'm building my own western town, but just having the community around makes it feel alive, because everyone has their own little thing then. So I'm really happy to see that getting started. You know, we might do a Let's Build stream at the community server at some point. Maybe we'll just do like one stream, one evening where I build some stuff over there. That could be fun as well. Show that off as well. Haven't really shown off much for the Scorched Earth community server yet. There will be one video, the first video out this weekend. So that's cool. Yeah, there's lots more to do. I think for this base specifically, if you're just talking about this base, I think the next thing that I will build is actually the train station over here, which is going to be probably similar to the first train station I built. Nothing too special. And this train, if you're wondering why the train is empty, this is going to be the survival train. So we made a like aesthetically pleasing train, which still had some uses, but was mostly also just like a proper real-life train decorated very nicely. This is going to be a little bit more practical, so it's probably going to have one industrial forge on one of them, you know, some stuff like that. So that's basically really a movable base. So yeah, it's going to be the Facade Sutures courtyard stable over here, but I think it just makes sense because they need a lot of space, and they are very cool, and I want to have them at the desert town, of course, because that makes the most amount of sense. Now, I actually have finished my pyramid build. I think I showed a little teaser of it yesterday in my stream. I'm not going to show it today because the video will be up probably tomorrow, actually. I'll be finishing that up after this. But I think it's very nice. I would love to see your reactions on that build as well. And then, of course, for the next couple of build streams, we'll definitely be working more on the western town. But yeah, let's take a look at the base. We have, of course, all this that I'm building outside. The lovely little town. But let's take a look at our proper survival base, which is down in here. It isn't as decorated yet because it's a lot more practical. Also, you can see all of our Phoenix chilling out here in the hallway. Very nice. Yeah, let's go down and check on the base that we have going on. Because, of course, we're building a lot there, but this is actually the main base that we're using. This is where my tribe mate, she does all the breeding in here. You can see the Gigantoraptors that we brought over to help with the breeding. There's a full army of them here. This is also where you can see a lot of the practical survival stuff. A little house here, which looks quite nice down in the cave, but it is mostly just the bedroom. But it's also where I hid my little mascot that I brought over. I think he deserves a little bit more light so we can actually see him. But yeah, we got this little base. Oh yeah, this is Momo the 5th now. But I've also made a new addition. Yeah, there's a lot of breeding going on around here. So all these random tames are just more breeding projects for the most of it. Yeah, I had a lot of fun building the pyramid, to be honest. That was one of the first things I thought of when I knew we were going to Scorch. I was like, yeah, I need to build a pyramid. Oh, this is actually Meet Skippy. I finally tamed one of these. I don't think I've ever used them before, but they're very, very useful as a mount moving around if you just don't want to fly. It's very fun to move around. Oh, is this my dragon now? I think this is my dragon. Yeah, yes, she's breeding now with my dragon. This is actually a really cool color as well. So yeah, this we claimed more of the cave. So yeah, you can see now. Oh my. Yeah, the breeding is going on over here if you didn't notice. But yeah, this is the new addition to our base, which is basically we've reclaimed a whole part. This is normally where a lot of enemies spawn. Yeah, it's Skippy. Because she can skip. Oh god. I'm gonna... Nope. Good. Stay up here. Yeah. I built a little house here as well. Again, not much use, but I have been using it to breed up a couple of jerboas. Not getting the craziest colors. I tamed a couple of blue ones and then a high-level female orange one. I was hoping to get the blue, but so far the orange has been dominating a little bit too much. So, yeah, we'll have to keep on breeding or find some other jerboas. But yeah, this is our actual extension to the base to make it, yeah, even more useful. And then after that gate, you go into the rest of the cave where the evil spawns again, you know. But yeah, it's really fun. So it's kind of weird to have this whole town up there that we're not really using too much of. There is a storage room that we're using still up there, but most of it is down here in the cave. But it's just such a cool, unique place to build a base. It's basically, you know, preparing for the aberration vibes, living underground. But yeah, having oh god, I jumped too early. Nope. Having these tames to hop around is actually really fun. Okay, let's see. Let's aim for the gap. There we go. Freedom. There we go. I think it's actually another heat wave. But yeah, sometimes it's fun to, instead of flying, walk around by foot. It's a lot easier to appreciate the map that way. So yeah, we have this whole thing going on. This is now the first part of it, I guess. Part 1 is done, which is really nice. I'm really glad that we managed to do this in not too long of a time. You know, we didn't take too long, which is good because we have more time to do other things. I think my main focus now will be on getting as far as I can with the western town as well. because I've got a little over a month left before I go on my like 2-3 week holiday. So I definitely want to make as much progress there, and maybe we'll do some other side projects of other cool builds ideas that I still had on Scorched Earth. Survival wise, I think we're pretty far. We did all the caves yesterday, so we might actually be preparing for a boss fight soon as well. So exciting stuff all over. But yeah, if you've got any cool building ideas or suggestions of things that you would like to see me build, feel free to leave them either now or on any of the videos. Because, you know, you never know. If I see something cool, I might just go ahead and build it before I'm off on my holiday to recharge before we get to the center. And eventually all the other maps as well. But I think I definitely have some cool things that I still want to build on Scorched. Even if the next map might be out, we're probably still... at least we're going to finish the western town, you know. We need to make a big proper town. I'm having so much fun with that build. Definitely want to make sure we do that proper. And yeah, just have a bunch of fun, because there's so much more that we can still do on Scorched. But I think for now, it's probably not going to be rebuilding this, because it's just going to be more of the same. So I think I'm going to take a little break from the ruin rebuilding. You know, sometimes you just take a little break. Oh, look at the difference. I think, oh yeah, maybe if we go a little bit further, we can see both. And we can truly appreciate the difference of like having the rebuilt town next to the, what basically was the same, you know, the same ruins, the empty ruins. You can really see the difference between bringing it all back to life and having it completely empty. Yeah, that's quite cool to see the big difference. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a little break from the ruin rebuild project. So before we start rebuilding this, we'll do a couple of other fun projects in between and do a lot of work on the western town before we get back here and yeah, rebuild the rest of the town. Get some new inspiration, get some new ideas floating instead of just doing more of the same, you know. We kind of want to make sure that we still have some cool new additions to this part of the town as well. But yeah, more fun stuff to... Oh god, I'm being attacked already. Well, that's the good thing about being on Skippy, because I can just skip away. No one will find me. But yeah, I think I'll probably do another stream this weekend. Don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or just on Sunday, but we'll definitely do another stream continuing on the western town, probably the central station, so the big station for our western town, which is also the center of the map, where we can eventually connect all the different train lines that we build, because there's still the plan to connect every base up, because right now we have this base. If I would take the train, it would have end up at the western base as well. So yeah, there's still the desire to continue that, so we'll probably work on that next stream, and then next week we'll see what other exciting build projects we can think of. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I think that is going to be it for today. We did a nice little bit of building. We finally completed this street. This is now a complete livable street, a full town full of nice builds and all sorts of like little details, little alleyways. It will be really fun to finally be able to just, you know, come home to this base and see the full town every time. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're still looking for a server to play on and you like building and you want to have a fun PvE environment, we have the cluster going with the island and Scorched Earth. Lovely community, the best one. And a bunch of mods, both for building, decorating, and a couple of fun extra dinos to just, you know, have the fresh experience going on. There will also be a video about the first build challenge or build competition. Well, not really competition, more of a challenge, like a fun objective to build. The first one of that will be up on the channel this weekend as well. So yeah, lots to look forward for. And also, of course, my pyramid build, which I'm really happy with, and I can't wait to see your reaction to. Yeah, thank you for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.